We just finished week 8 of play, so let's rip through and see who's still got a shot at winning the Tawaaraton and whose chances are cooling off. Pat Spencer is still the favorite. He plays for a top-tier team that is doing well, and he's leading the nation in points per game off 29 goals and 37 assists, which is a very evenly distributed point total for a guy that draws as many eyeballs as Spencer does. Loyola's schedule to finish the season should allow him to continue averaging 5 to 8 points per game. He's dominating in a way we haven't seen since Lyle Thompson's senior year. So far, it's still Spencer's award to win or lose, whether you want to admit that or not. I know the Penn State fans will have something to say about that. Which brings me to Grant Ament. Ament is an absolute terror on the lacrosse field, but his health through this season could prove to hamper his chances. This kid is Mikey Powell quick, possesses a Rob Pennell-like ability to quarterback an offense, and protects his stick under pressure with the ease of a Lyle Thompson. If he can stay healthy, he has to be considered right up there with Spencer, especially with Penn State's success in the win column. But missing the Cleveland State game isn't great, and a quiet game this week against Maryland will hinder his points per game totals a little bit. Teat is an all-time great at the faceoff X, and I know the committee likes great stories, and Teat's dominance and importance to Yale has never been more of a story than when he wasn't dominating this weekend against Penn in Yale's overtime loss. Teat was a pedestrian 15 of 29 at the X, and that will factor moving forward, especially if Erlin bounces back with a vengeance and improves upon his current win percentage of 74.5%. If Yale makes it to Memorial Day weekend, Teat is going to be a legit reason and therefore a legit contender for this award. Jeff Teat has been slowed down thus far in terms of point production by increased attention and Cornell's struggles on defense, but make no mistake, he is deadly, and every team that faces the Big Red this year throw everything they have at the junior. Teat's 20 goals and 26 assists are balanced and a big chunk of Cornell's offensive production. Cornell's inability to pick up a hallmark win, however, could derail Teat's chances quite a bit, but he's still hanging out towards the top of the pile. And now for a couple of guys whose chances have cooled off a little bit. Michael Sowers is still one of the best attackers in the country. Certainly he would make almost everyone's top 5 list, but Princeton's struggles are going to hurt his chances for consideration down the stretch, which is a shame. He's sitting at 18 goals and 31 assists, so production isn't a problem as much as too many losses are a problem. And a really tough Ivy League schedule, that's not going to help matters any either. Tim Troutnor Jr. started out on a tear. Tim Troutnor Jr. and High Point's media attention has since cooled off a bit. His save percentage has gone down over the past few games, although you still gotta hand it to the kid for helping to lead High Point to new heights. But between being a goalie and the lack of continued media hype, I think Troutnor's chances have cooled off a little bit, and unless High Point makes it to Memorial Day weekend, they're going to stay cool.